What's up, guys? Today I will telling about one penny coin from UK Great Britain, 1947. Great! Here's a captivating 1,000-word YouTube video script focusing on the 1947 one penny coin from Great Britain in circulated condition, with an emphasis on its value, history, and why collectors still find it interesting even in circulated condition. Opening hook 0. Background music, suspenseful tune. Narrator, energetic tone. Imagine finding a coin in your drawer, a dusty old penny from the 1942. Seems worthless, right? But what if I told you that some of these ordinary looking coins are now valued at hundreds or even thousands of dollars? Today we're diving into the story of one such coin, the 1947 one penny from Great Britain, and trust me, you'll want to stay till the end to see why this coin is still making waves in the world of collectors. Intro animation 020. Visual channel logo, subscribe animation, bell icon. Narrator, this is Rare Coin Files, your go-to place for discovering the hidden treasures in your change jar. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Main section 035. Narrator, alright, let's get into it. The 1947 one penny coin from the United Kingdom may not be made of gold or silver, and it might even show signs of wear and tear from decades of circulation. But its story is richer than you might think. Visual close-up of the coin obverse side with King George VI first off. The coin features the portrait of King George VI, the father of Queen Elizabeth II. His image on the obverse gives us an instant connection to a crucial time in British history, just after World War II. Visual vintage footage from 1947, post-war Britain. 1947 was a time of recovery, rationing, and rebuilding. The British Empire was slowly shifting, and so were its coins. This penny was part of everyday life, used to buy sweets, newspapers, or perhaps a pint at the pub. Historical background 130. Narrator, but here's where it gets interesting. The 1947 penny was minted in large numbers, over 80 million, so it's not exactly rare, at least not at first glance. But if you take a closer look, especially at its condition, strike quality, and historical relevance, you'll start to see why even a circulated coin from this year can be quite valuable. Visual, zoom in on edges, metal surface, date. The coin is made of bronze, weighs about 9.4 grams, and has a diameter of 30.8 millimeters, which is significantly larger than today's pennies. That makes it not just a monetary relic, but a piece of tangible history you can hold in your hand. Market value and collector demand, 220. Narrator, now, let's talk value, the part you've been waiting for. In circulated condition, a 1947 penny can fetch anywhere from $5 to $100, depending on its wear, tone, and how sharp the details are. But here's the catch. Visual, eBay listings, auction houses screenshots. There have been high-end circulated examples with minimal wear and well-defined features that sold for $500 or even more, especially if they were part of historical collections or featured unique toning. Narrator, excited tone, and some uncirculated or proof-like examples, those have gone up to thousands of dollars in auction, yes, thousands for a penny. But even if yours is circulated, don't count it out just yet. In fact, you might be holding a hidden gem. What makes this coin valuable? 315. Narrator, so what drives up the value of this particular penny? Let's break it down. 1. Historical era. In post-World War II Britain was a turning point in global history. Anything tied to this era, especially original coinage, carries emotional and historical value. 2. Royalty factor. King George VI is a beloved figure in British history, and coins featuring his likeness are increasingly in demand. Dwindling supply in high grade, while over 80 million were made, most are now corroded, lost, or heavily damaged. Well-preserved circulated examples are harder to come by every year. 4. Collectability of the British penny series, and numismatists love to collect full sets. And if someone is looking to complete a run from 1902 to 1970, they'll pay good money for the right 1947 coin in better than average condition. Tips for identifying a valuable one. 410. Narrator, Okay, so you found a 1,947 penny in your granddad's drawer or at a garage sale. Here's what you should check for. Sharpness of detail. Is the lettering clear? Can you make out King George's facial features? Color and patina. Is the coin a rich chocolatey brown or an odd reddish tone that stands out? No. Major dings or scratches? Light circulation wear is okay, but deep nicks or corrosion drop the value fast. Rarity errors. Look for missed strikes, off-center prints, or double dates. These can skyrocket the price into the thousands. Bonus. Insight 5. Narrator. Here's a bonus tip most people don't know. 1947 was one of the final years before major metal composition changes in UK coinage. As copper and bronze became more expensive, the mints were experimenting with subtle shifts. If you spot unusual color variations, weight differences, or edge types, you might just have a rare subtype. Closing 525. Narrator engaging tone. So the next time you find a worn old penny from 1947, don't just toss it aside. That tiny coin might just be a time capsule, and for the right collector, it could be worth way more than face value. Visual, montage of valuable coins, auction houses, collector showcases. Coins like these prove one thing: history has value, and sometimes it comes in the form of a humble penny. Call to action 545. Narrator, if you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button and tell us in the comments what's the oldest coin you've ever found. And remember to subscribe, because in the next episode we're revealing a Washington quarter worth over $1 million. You won't want to miss it. Outro music 6. Visual end screen with video suggestions. Subscribe button. The 1947 UK 1 penny coin is an interesting piece of British numismatic history. Here are the key details about it. Hashtag specifications. Country, United Kingdom, Great Britain. Year 1947. Denomination, 1 penny, 1D composition. Bronze, 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, 0.5% tin. Weight, 9.45 grams. Diameter, 30.8 millimeters. Thickness, 1.52 millimeters. Edge, plain. Hashtag design, obverse heads. Portrait of King George VI facing left. Inscription, Georgius VI, D. Geber Alm, Rex F. D. End Imp. Latin, Georgius VI, De Gratia Britanniarum Omnium Rex, Fide Defensor Indiae Imperator. George VI, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India. Reverse tails. Britannia seated with a trident and shield facing right. Inscription, Ep1 penny and the year. Designer, Leonard Charles Wine, based on an earlier design historical context. The 1947 penny was struck during the post-World War II era, a time of economic recovery in Britain. India gained independence, and so the title Indian Emperor of India was still used on coins minted early in the year but became obsolete later. The composition remained bronze, unlike some later years when metal shortages led to temporary changes. Hashtag mintage and value. Mintage high, common in circulation condition. Worn circulated, 0.50 pounds to 2 pounds. Uncirculated mint condition, 5 pounds to 20 pounds plus. Proof versions rare, 100 pounds plus. Hashtag interesting fact. Some 1,947 pennies were struck with slightly different metal compositions due to post-war material shortages, but they are not significantly more valuable. Would you like help identifying a specific coin or checking for rare varieties?